At last, it appears the long-running sequel show to That's So Raven, aka Raven's Home, has finally been put to rest after 6 long seasons. Multiple sources are reporting the show will not be making any more episodes for the foreseeable future, but unlike the Bunk'd news that happened a few months ago, there is an interesting twist that is coming with this news that I will get into detail about later in the video. My name is Mr. Nostalgia, and today we will be once again covering a show's cancellation and what it means for the future of its channel, but this time in the form of Raven's Home.
Yep, that's us.
As the intro stated, the spin-off slash sequel series to 2003's Disney Channel show That's So Raven will be ending after 6 years. Originally, the show premiered in 2017 and focused on Raven Baxter and best friend Chelsea as they raised their families together in a Chicago apartment after both of their divorces. Raven has 2 kids named Nia and Booker, while Chelsea has a son of her own named Levi. The show ended up having a pretty major shakeup after its 4th season though, as a lot of Disney shows do. Season 5 ended up getting rid of Chelsea and Nia as main leads in the show and focused more on Raven and her son Booker as they moved back to San Francisco to take care of Raven's dad after he had a mild heart attack. After its 6th season finished airing in September 2023, fans and me were left wondering what the future held for the Raven franchise, especially after the cancellation of Bunk'd, Saturdays, and The Secret of Sulphur Springs, and the possible cancellations of Pretty Freaking Scary and Villains of Valley View. And there's a decent chance that unless you're under the age of 15 or have a little sibling, you haven't heard of any of these shows. It truly does seem like Disney is trying to usher in a new era of live action programming with all of these shows either ending or rumored to be ending for one reason or another. Raven's Home though was in a weird situation. Although the strike played a part in this, we went a pretty long time without hearing anything about the show. Whether it was coming back or ending, nothing. Whenever people would ask Raven Simone or any of the other cast members about the show's status, they always just left things kind of vague.
Oh, there's a lot to expect. Can't say anything because I'm not allowed to. However, 2024 is going to be something a little different, and I think people are going to be excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. Some resurrections are happening.
What do you mean by that?
What about Raven's Home? Ooh, stay tuned.
However, it has finally been reported by Deadline that Raven's Home will be ending and that the final episode that aired will be the final episode, period. Now look, I never really kept up with the show, so I can't say this for certain, but after watching the final scene of the show, I don't think it ended on all that bad of a note.
Oh, mama, look at you.
Yep, that's me.
Now, I have no idea what any of it meant, but she said her catchphrase from the theme song, and that's always a fun way to end the show. Now, truthfully, I was not surprised that the show got axed. As a matter of fact, after Bunk'd got canceled, I was basically expecting it to. I had a thumbnail ready and everything. But what really solidified it for me was the fact that the new Waverly Place show is seemingly using the same set as the final 2 seasons of Raven's Home, which is very interesting. TV shows reuse sets all the time, but generally it's only when another one is ended. And so with that knowledge in mind, it made sense that Raven's Home would end up getting canceled just a little after the Waverly Place show was announced. Now, remember that interesting twist I was talking about? While it is true that Raven's Home is ending, it seems like the Raven franchise will still be going strong. There's a character named Alice in the show that is the daughter of Raven's country cousin, Betty Jane, and it appears that a spin-off show is in the works for her character. Deadline reports that Alice in the Palace picks up when Alice, Raven's young cousin, returns to England and reunites with the Duchess Clementine, a young royal who looks exactly like her. Oh man, I'm getting frenemies flashbacks. In the process, Clementine gets a taste of the fun side of normal life, while Alice gets a taste of the finer side of regal life. The pilot will be written by Jed Elinoff and Scott Thomas, who also developed Raven's Home. Additionally, considering all this started with her, Raven Simone will be an executive producer, and no doubt they will find a way to shoehorn her into an episode if this pilot were to get picked up and turned into a series. So right off the bat, with the announcement of Alice in the Palace, which sounds a lot like Malice at the Palace, the infamous night where several NBA players got into what was basically the biggest fight in NBA history, a lot of fans were realizing that this idea is very reminiscent of Cory in the House, a spin-off show that came out after That's So Raven ended. Alice in the Palace, Cory in the House. Yeah, you see what they're trying to do. Look, I have no idea who this character is, but it's not surprising that they will want to keep this franchise going, especially since it's been very successful for them. Fans shouldn't get too excited though, because at the end of the day, it is just a pilot and it's no guarantee that those will get picked up as series, but considering the Raven franchise has been a cash cow for Disney, I think it's pretty safe to say that it'll get at least one season. What also came with this news was the announcement that Raven, regardless of if this gets picked up or not, will be sticking around the Disney scene for a while as a producer. This is just one of the projects that she will have her hands on. Who knows, maybe we'll get an adult-centered Raven series. Maybe we'll get another Cheetah Girls movie. Maybe we'll get a Zeke and Luther movie, right? That has nothing to do with Raven. I'm just trying to remain optimistic. But maybe we'll get another Xenon movie, man. I don't know. What I do know is this new era of Disney Channel might be in good hands, considering we have a Disney Channel legend lending a helping hand in the development of it. One thing that does worry me though is how they're basically canceling all of their original ideas in favor of reboots and spin-offs of their other IPs. And while it will no doubt be cool to see some of these characters again, a network can only grow when you have new faces to build from. I hope they are still accepting new ideas for Disney Channel shows, because although I'm not watching the channel anymore, I think it's best for it that they continue to make new ideas to help set the tone for the future of the network. You never know what can come out of just taking a chance. So hopefully they aren't just rebooting everything from now on. Lastly, I couldn't make this video without acknowledging what Raven's home ending means for the overall shared Disney Channel universe. In my Bunk'd video, I mentioned that the fate of the Disney Channel universe, a universe that actually goes all the way back to shows like I Love Lucy and Leave It to Beaver, was at stake. I have a whole video explaining that concept, by the way, check it out. Basically, if Bunk'd and Raven's Home both ended, then that would mean that for the first time since the 50s, there wouldn't be any TV show set in that universe currently airing on television. Meaning that the universe would basically cease to exist. But with the announcement of the new Wizards Waverly Place series and this Raven's Home spinoff, it seems like that the universe will live on. For now, at least. Things are still a little bit shaky, so I wouldn't celebrate too much. Ultimately, I don't have much to say about the ending of Raven's Home and the beginning of its spinoff because I've never really seen the show. I know that considering it was on the air for a long time, there are definitely people watching this video that grew up with it as a kid, just like Bunk'd. So if you are one of those people, or you're someone that just happened to check out the show as an adult, let me know your thoughts on this subject. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit the like button, or maybe even subscribe. I'm Mr. Nostalgia, and I guess I'll see you the next time a reboot of a childhood show gets canceled. Peace.